Carry the two.
I was never good at mathematical equations. What's going on? You to the world, Michael.
It hasn't been that long, Dave.
It has. Special guest Brad. A week later. I'm Dave. IRP 269. Really, possibly at some point in time. I don't know if I saw anything in the chat that said otherwise. A week later, we'll talk NFL free agency. A lot of happenings, some trades going on, some trades that didn't go on. Talk about the grip.
Talk about how much I suck and can't read as far as who text messages come from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happens. Technology. We're still learning.
No, because I'm always used to Vincenzo running late for specific reasons. I'm not used to you running late, and I read it as though Vinny sent it. Literally, I have no idea. So like, last week is on me, folks.
That's okay. We had a good time. They just didn't get to watch.
We did.
Yeah, we caught up.
We did. Hung out for almost 2 hours, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good times. Anyways, Dave, as you were saying.
So tonight, yeah, we'll talk free agency, talk NFL, maybe a little WBC, very little. I'm not Ed. I don't. I really don't care. That's on right now, but it's just to watch some baseball. That's about it. I don't really give a shit who wins. In fact, I'd actually like to see Venezuela win. I'm a Bobby Abreu fan. That's where Bobby Abreu was born. That's the allegiance right there.
I'm surprised he isn't on the roster.
Him and Miggy, I'd like to see both on the roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just because it's always, if America doesn't win, it's a failure. It's like, well, again, there's other talent out there. Hate to break the news to you, but it's not like America's got like 7 levels up on everyone else. But
only in football.
Yeah, especially in baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball is so deep, it's ridiculous. Everywhere.
Yeah, and again, not seeing Japan in there. I mean, they've got arguably the best player. It's weird, but I'm glad Venezuela's there like that. I like seeing that. I didn't even know where the hell this was tonight. I thought, I'm like, somebody's like, is it played in America? I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I'm like, I don't know where at, but I know it's not in like the Fargo Dome. I know it's not down, and there's a home run by an Abreu. What a fucking shock! There you go. Not Bobby.
No, it's third cousin.
Yeah, that's like the Jones name or the Johnson name of like Venezuela. So it's always nice to see those Abreu's floating around somewhere in the sports world. But talk a little bit about that, maybe, especially if Ed pops in and starts grifting his stupid WBC knowledge.
The coach is not calling the bullpen; he is calling ice.
Yeah, that's about it.
Miami, Florida is where they're playing the game tonight.
But I mean, up until this point, I don't know where, because I thought this was like, okay, title time, or like the Final Four, if you will, was here.
So,
and other places were
Miami, Houston, Puerto Rico, and the Tokyo Dome, Japan.
I know. I had watched a couple games that were being played in Houston.
Okay.
So in four places. So there you go.
Because obviously it wouldn't be like in New York, and again this time of year, obviously is not gonna run real well with people in parkas and knit hats and choppers and snow pants and sorrel boots on. So we'll talk about all the grifting going on in the hobby, every nook and cranny, trying to extract your hard-earned dollars for clicks, views, money, everything. Just it seems to be ever present in every aspect of life, and that's starting to get like real annoying to me. So there might be a rant at some point. So buckle up, kids.
We're gonna have to
getting
put the
old.
disclaimer on the
I know it's a shock. And Brad's
do
like,
I need to
sign up for? I always sign up for the stupid shit, and that always happens the same way. Why?
do I need to put the running ticker at the bottom?
Well, when it gets to that point, you'll know. It'll be very evident. And yes, it'll be my opinion, but it'll probably be shared by the rest. Maybe not so much, Brad. I don't know. Possibly. You might not put it out there and wherever, but I might be like, well, there's a point to that. He won't say it. He needs to maintain his neutrality. He's like Switzerland. He's got to maintain that neutrality and part of that hierarchy of the triad for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame class for 2027.
Are we gonna start pandering now, Dave? Already?
That'll be a conversation we have to have. And there you go. They show Miggy Cabrera. He's their hitting coach. Awesome.
And that doesn't ever happen.
No. You'll see 3 or 4 people. I love Rick. I love Vintage Oddball. He's my friend. I think he's the lurker. I'm going to say that right now. I love him. He's great people, but
You love that guy.
he pushes the plunger. He's like, nah. Activate. It's like math. They all go to the table. Whoever's there, whoever can get you a computer or their phone or whatever, and then they sit at the table. There's John. John's here right away.
See,
and that's legit. I mean that. Rick is
fantastic. People like Dave is not like being sarcastic.
I bring up the story every time for our national when we're just standing around on Wednesday and we're just looking around because there's a fucking throng of people in that entryway, and you're just like, you're excited because I'm excited to be back. It's the first time I've been back in 12 years, so it's like it's a whole different world. Or actually, if you want to go the Disney route, a whole new world. And then YouTube was a thing, 2011, and coming back in 2023, it's like there's a whole. It's like YouTube was like literally a drop of piss in the ocean, and now it's a drop of piss in a pond. So I mean, it's a little bigger. You got a lot more faces you sort of recognize, or like that guy I've seen in a group over here. Just to see like Rick constantly like turning. Can I help you, sir? You think you know who somebody is over here? I didn't know you were going to be here. I'm like, how do you not know? We've been telling you for like 3 months in the placeholders about fucking national. He's like, I didn't think you were serious. I'm like,
yeah, that wasn't a tease. Like
this wasn't to get Patreon and Discord and whatever else. This was, we're selling a book. This was the fucking book.
The last couple of years, it was being hopeful and initially talking about it, but as soon as it became hopeful, it was like, well, not going to happen. So, hence the reason why it wasn't talked about in great detail, because we weren't going to be there. So,
or if it was, we had it. Hey, Ryan was on, Neil was on talking about, hey, what they're bringing. Yep. Ed was on talking about how he's going to bring a different change of footwear for every day. I mean, just stuff of that ilk. But yeah, like 2023, that lead up, that was because we were excited to go and to see the reception for this ragtag grouping of individuals and personalities.
Yeah, it's the stars aligned. Everything fell into place that year. Yes, and we won't be talking about that either
Yeah, that
because I don't feel like having my blood pressure go up, and I'll leave it at that.
oh.
Moving on.
Was that Jameer Nelson any good? I'm talking to the chat.
Huh?
I
Mike?
sent somebody a Jameer Nelson that was in a Instagram story sale. It was a nice NT. It was a nice NT patch auto that was jersey numbered.
Ah, yeah, mow down. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He's
He probably
he's
had
got
us on
another.
mute, so he didn't hear any of it.
Well, he's got another addition around the corner arriving.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Good for him.
Sorry, I spilled the beans, Mike. Like I've known for some time, but you haven't brought it up. So
That's what this world needs is more kids.
in the words of Mike, they started kind of late. But they didn't like wait too much behind the other. Ooh, that sucks.
Oh, that does suck. That is brutal.
Yeah, and packages don't always get rerouted.
Mm-mm.
No.
Unless it's one of those in which, like, if you know your postal person, which some people do, maybe you can get lucky.
No, I didn't send you anything. I'm talking about the Instagram story I sent you in Messenger.
He automatically went to, oh shit! What did you send me something? Damn.
No. No, don't worry. There's nothing missing.
Yeah, so there it is.
There we go.
Oh, that's great.
Well, because we're all a bunch of psychotic MFers. Sometimes we do some random shit on occasion. So,
Yep.
Yes, indeedy.
he's over here. Take a breath. Take a breath.
No. Ever since Christmas, it's been all about me, man.
Get the paper bag out.
No, ever since past Christmas, Michael. Like that's like a few days past
Paper
Christmas.
bag thing for the last 2 weeks. There's only one guy left to trade, I think. So now we're.
Well, that's what the gourmet guy said. He's like, man, I can't believe they traded Waddle. He's like, now who do they have left? A-Chain, and he said, oh, Malik Washington. I said, again, they got A-Chain. Nobody wants Washington. That's the last guy. I mean, you sign Willis for more money than he's worth, and then you trade people away. It's like, hey. I said, maybe they signed Njoku. Who knows? But then I saw he visited Baltimore, and I'm like, well, where would you rather go, Baltimore or Miami? I'm like, okay, I like Miami's weather. But then you still play Buffalo, New England, and the Jets probably in wintertime. So it's a moot point. But I'm like, oh, yeah, they're. So we'll start our talk with that, since it's the most fresh, recent, important news. The Broncos traded a first, third, and a fourth in this year's draft to the Dolphins of Miami for Jalen Waddle and their fourth round pick.
Fourth pick swap.
Too much. That's all I really have to say on the situation. Like, we needed another wide receiver, and Denver finally did something outside of just re-signing all their guys. So I'm not disappointed that they actually got somebody who's decent and another deep threat, although we technically already had one with Mims, but what do I know? His numbers are good. He did decline the last couple of years from a productivity perspective. But again, it's Tua. Sorry, Brad.
Yeah, he was only bad this last year, I thought.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he had a decline this year compared to previous seasons. But like, he's up there in wide receiver total yards over the last few years. So like, he's
a
numbers are there.
high-end number 2 receiver. He is not a number 1 receiver.
Correct.
But you'll have now 3 reliable options, because I think Franklin's pretty good.
I think he's
just got to stay. Again, they all got to stay on the field, and Sutton's a perfect
Correct.
complement to what Waddle does. So
and then Pat Bryant came in.
Yes.
Yeah, Bryant did good. Like,
and for how little he played and how hurt he was, that's alarming.
but again, like, personally, I think they gave up too much.
Yeah, we got full value. There's no doubt about that.
And maybe Denver's seeing or thinking something different compared to what I'm seeing as an armchair quarterback. I don't understand. Granted, yes, it's the 30th pick in the first round. Okay, so it's not like they're getting the top 10 or a top 5, which, okay, if it was that, I probably would be going ballistic. I'd be on a plane to Denver and I'd be looking for fucking George Patton and the ownership group and going like, what the fuck are you thinking? Being a later round draft pick in the first round, it's not a huge pill to swallow. But again, it's still like, I mean, we no longer have dead money, which is fantastic.
Don't worry, I have all that now.
But since Miami pretty much gutted their team, they're needing draft capital. Like, I get it, but I'm just surprised that any team would be willing to give up a first round pick. That's just the only part that really blows my mind. I'm not saying he's not worth it, but 6th pick, what? How many years ago?
21.
21. So yeah, this will be his.
He's in his prime still.
This is his 6th season.
Correct. I mean, he's still a young kid. Like, he's in his prime, like you said. But
and just know he is going to limp off the field in every single game you watch. Do not be concerned. Do not think he's out for the year. But he will limp off the field in every single game, and you'll think he's dying. But so just be warned of that. You'll be like, "Oh no, he's hurt already," and then he'll be back in like 8 points. But it drove me nuts because you're hit every game. But
we needed an additional go-to guy. I still don't, like you said, he's not a number 1. And that's really the one thing that Denver's missing. Sutton's a very close number 1, but like you said, he's a high number 2, which is complement to Waddle. But we'll see. I mean, anything is possible. It's all going to be dependent on how they leverage him and if they find ways to open up the I can't even say open up the playbook, but leverage both the speed of Mims and Waddle to try and really expand the field, because Denver was 30th, 31st, and like basically in big plays last season. So like at the very bottom. And that's crazy because Mims is not a slouch. Mims has got wheels.
No, but yeah, here's the difference between the two. Waddle can run routes and do a big
Correct.
play, where Mims runs two things to get a big play.
That is
You know,
correct.
So that's where it can. You hope that's where the difference comes in. And then when he runs his two routes, because everyone now has to worry about him, those two routes will work more often. That's the idea, anyways.
Well, that's kind of what you're hoping for.
Because, you've got 2 more years with cheap quarterback. So you're able to do this. He's under contract the next couple, guaranteed, at a reasonable rate for what people are getting paid now at $27 million. So I don't have a problem with it for either side. We got max value. As you said, you gave up the 30th pick. You guys are close enough to make these moves, I think, where it's not dumb. It isn't. So, I like it for both. I don't have a problem either way. We did get full value, though, so that's why I don't have a problem with it. And we weren't winning the next 2 years anyway. So,
do you think
that's my complaint, is the fact that he's been here he's been playing too long now to get full value. Like nobody gets full value these days.
Right. Yeah. Look what Michael Pittman got. Now they're different type of receivers, but it's like I'm getting way more than So,
but that's why I also said it makes me wonder what Denver is thinking with him, to where they felt that was the best path forward. Because, like, of course, Miami's going to take that fucking deal. Hello? Miami's already got aren't you top 10 at least this year in the draft?
I'm 11.
Okay.
Yeah,
so just outside the top 10. But, 2 first-round picks. Like, I know we'll talk draft here in the next, coming up or whatever.
Yeah, but it all does coincide, as we'll talk about these moves of why certain teams sign certain players. Like the Chiefs signing Kenneth Walker, which is very un-Chief-like. They have to have a running back. Where they pick, running back class stinks this year. I mean, it stinks. Where last year it was great.
Right.
You've got one guy who's projected to go ahead of them at 9, and we'll just start talking about that. Because here's the thing with the Dolphins. I commend them for embracing the tank and not doing it half-assed, Not, hey, we're going to try to go 8 and 9. Okay, no. You embrace it. You're going to do through the draft like you said you would. Develop. I like some of the guys they signed, like a Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
There might be more there. If there's not, you don't lose any money.
Yep.
A Josh Uche. He can rush the passer. Can he do anything else? Maybe he can develop something else. I don't know.
Everything's short-term 1-2 year deal where it's like, okay, if you are
lottery tickets. Like, hey, you've shown something at least a few times. We'll see if we can get the most out of you, So I actually love what they're doing, the fact that they embraced it. It sucks as a fan, though. I don't want to watch it. I'm mad that we did this just 7 years ago. This is something you should do every 15 years, not in 7 years. So I'm irritated, and it sucks. And I want to keep A-Chain, even though it makes 0 sense to do so, just because I like to have some entertainment. Okay? But if they trade A-Chain, I want to pick next year. I don't want it this year. I've got enough draft capital this year. I don't want it this year. So the only thing I'm hoping is, because this running back class sucks, which is why you saw Kenneth Walker and ETN get paid, is that someone will be willing to give up a first next year, because people don't value the next year's pick as much as the current year.
Mm-hmm.
That is our only hope with that. Then you have to trade him if you get a first rounder. To me, anything less than that, just keep him. Pay him his $13 million a year. maybe because he's got 3 prime years left at that size. That's 6 years. That's
Yeah.
basically what you're going to get out of a guy that size. So he deserves to be paid, though. Ain't no doubt about that. So I want to keep him just because I got to have some enjoyment, as a fan, even though it makes no sense. But I would want the draft pick next season, though. I don't want it this year. I have enough capital this year. I don't want it anymore.
No, because they got what? 6 in the first 3 rounds, I think, picks.
Right.
So for me and the Broncos, does that mean Mims is getting shopped? Because again, 2 years ago, he showed a lot more. Last year, he started tumbling down that depth chart.
What will save him is he has special teams value. That may save him regardless, even if he's not impressed with his wide receiver abilities. That may keep him around.
Like, you got Sutton, Waddle, Franklin, Bryant.
Right.
You don't need a 5th receiver. That's, again, he's a solid punt returner, solid kick returner. But if I'm out there, I'm saying we need a 3rd for him. Recoup some of the damage we just did to our draft room. The Vikings are listening. We lost Naylor to the Raiders, who.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we'll talk about those two. Titans and Raiders.
The Raiders, again, I know they're in Vegas now. I don't know if they're taking some of that Harrah's money or Circus or wherever out there. They are paying players astronomical amounts that I don't even think in like a legacy like Madden, if you're like 20 years out, you'd be paying these players that amount of money. I'm like, if I'm the players, hey, you're gonna pay me. At some point, I'm gonna take advantage of the system. If you're gonna pay me that much, I don't fucking care where I'm going. I'm getting paid.
Yeah, Vegas isn't the worst place to be for a couple years.
Yeah. Well, and like it's tough because they are a better team than they were 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So it's not like it's all bad, but in a year and a half, as you want to start winning, it's gonna leave you wanting more from these players for what they get paid. You're just gonna find yourself going, I want a little more from Quay Walker. I want a little more from Jalen. We're paying him $11 million. Stuff like that. And it's not that they're bad players, but they were great to have when they were making $3 million, $4 million. So that'll be the difference. So it'll be probably a year and a half until, as a Raider fan, you're like, okay, we're better, but man, these guys want to work. And that's the same thing's going to happen to the Titans. Like Wan'Dale Robinson, perfectly fine player, great guy to have in the slot. 4 years, $70 million for a guy like that. I can draft that guy every year. He is very replaceable. I can draft him every year.
Him in the 3rd to 5th round comfortably every year.
Every year. He doesn't do anything that's like
world beating.
Right. I can find it every year. So. And then like John Franklin Myers, great guy to have. $21 million a year. Again, great guy to have when he was making 10. It's like, so both of those teams are better, and I get why they do it, but you're going to regret it in probably a year and a half.
And that's going to be a thing where you have this massive amount of money, and then 2 years from now in the off season, you're going to be like, we're 27 over. It's like,
right.
How'd that work out? And you're still probably picking top 10.
Yeah.
Raiders, I don't know. Like I said, I hate them because, again, they're my natural rival. I'd like to see them do better because, again, when they do better, it just seems like the NFL does better. It's like if they're it's easy to hate the Cowboys. I don't want them to ever have success, but if they're winning, a lot more people hate them a lot more.
Right.
It's the same with the Raiders because now you got Brady involved. That's an easy a lightning rod. But it's like, if they do well, which I like Bowers, I like Genty, Mendoza when he gets drafted there. I like those guys. I like them and how they play.
Yeah.
But all these other guys, I'm like, Quiddy Pay. You're gonna pay him.
Quiddy Pay, yeah. Yeah.
That guy ain't done shit.
That one I think I hated the worst of any of them. But yeah. Like Tyler Lindenbaum. Okay, they overpaid him, but at least he's elite at his position. So I'm okay with an overpay when you're going to have a rookie quarterback. He can help you with the blitz calls, the setups.
Everything. Intelligence.
Okay, you overpaid, but at least you got an elite player at his position for the overpay.
Makes sense.
I can
and
always,
a young player too.
right. Yeah, you're not going to not win because you paid a guy like that too much money. You know, that isn't going to be what cost you. So the other thing, obviously, we got to talk about with the Raiders is they tried to trade Max Crosby. And here's the weird thing, because the Ravens have always been pretty much a first-class organization from the front office standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a hard time believing they didn't have buyer's remorse on this. So to set it up for people who don't know here, the Ravens have never traded a first-round pick for a player, ever. Okay? So all of a sudden, they're going to do this with Max Crosby. Everybody knows they need a pass rusher. All right. So they do this. By the way, Max Crosby just had knee surgery in the offseason. He is not going to pass a physical.
No.
Okay. So he comes in there. They do the physical. He doesn't pass it. Well, no crap, Sherlock. We knew that. And then they try to run the excuse, well, there was something in there the doctor didn't like. Could be true. Okay. Could be true. I'm doubting. I think they got cold feet. They saw Trey Hendrickson didn't get signed the first couple days of the tampering period. That means your price is going down every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're like, well, we're a team that we think is fairly close to winning. All right. We don't want to give up the asset because I can use the first round pick this year because we are good at drafting typically. And I think they just got cold feet and rethought it. He tried to give a BX excuse. Well, we wanted both of them. Bull Bull crap. Yeah, you're going to sign two 30-year-old edge rushers for $30 million apiece. Yeah, okay.
Along with giving up the picks.
Right. So, yeah, like I don't – and I'm not the only one that thinks that it was starting to get more play. I think they literally got cold feet. I think is what happened there.
I think so, too.
Well, when Hendrickson, all you saw leading up, okay, obviously you're not going to you can't tag him again. It's like it was $30 million. That's what everybody was saying. $30 million a year, $32 million. That's what that was the neighborhood. And then for 4 for 112, it's like you said, they hit more times than they miss. Again, unless it's a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's everybody has every team has one position they can't draft.
And the Ravens have been receiving deficient for years. I mean, they've picked up everybody off the scrap heap, or Derek Mason doesn't want to play in Tennessee. Let's bring him here. Bolden disgruntled in Arizona. Let's bring him here. Then you have success. But yeah, I'm going to trade a one or a future one. It's going to be for a top flight receiver. Not looking at you, AJ Brown, because that you're a two or a three, because you have a lot of.
Yeah, and this is curious because AJ Brown at their best is better than Jalen Waddle. Okay?
Correct.
But you would much rather have Jalen Waddle in your locker room than AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ Brown's a 1 or 2 year at a time guy, and then you're tired of him and move on. Same with Stephon Diggs. So
that's the thing. It's like you see these curious guys. It's like you go, okay, there's Diggs. Okay, there's back to Antonio Brown. Okay, there's back to Chad Johnson. Terrell Owens. It's like, what goes on at the drinking fountain for receivers? Because there's always a few that get some sort of tainted brainworm or something where they're the most important, and people go off on like Moss and his stuff. It's like, well, no, Moss, just throw the ball deep, Tim. That's all he wanted. That's it. He wasn't bitching about contracts or anything. Just throw the fucking ball as far as you can. I'll get it. Don't worry about it. And you throw to tight ends underneath.
Yeah, the worst part is when they're on teams that win.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That's when it's annoying. It's like when
Yep.
your team's losing and you want to complain, like, hey, I ain't get the ball enough or whatever, you at least have a valid thing. Like the Eagles, they win. Okay, their offense is choppy and it should be better. But yeah, like
That's
I don't
what
want to
happens
hear
when
you
you have,
complaining at 11-6. Okay, I don't want to hear it. All
Nope.
right?
No. Yeah, if you're winning games, shut the fuck up. You could be the 3-13, 3-14 team. You want that every year? Ask Chad Johnson how fun that was.
Yeah.
Ushman Zada. Ask them.
Losing
So, yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. But that just seems to be the NFL and a lot of NBA. It's like bitching and moaning and whining. It's like,
So yeah, when you guys see players that you go, wait, that guy I think is better than the other guy, but the other guy got more. Well, it's skill set, how easy it to replace, it's attitude, locker room, age, obviously, and then how long your contract is. You know, so it's not that you're a better player or not all the time. When you guys kind of, the casuals kind of just watch it, like, why did he go for more? Like a Michael Pittman went for nothing to the Steelers, which I love that move for the Steelers.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason he went for nothing is Michael Pittman's replaceable. Okay, I can find Michael Pittman, like we talked about Wandale Robinson. So you don't feel as like, oh, I can't get this guy up, So
As like Alec Pierce, you can still find another Alec Pierce, and
yeah, like they obviously think he can develop into running the route tree. Because theoretically, if he has proven that he can beat anyone deep, yes, and he's a tall white guy. You wouldn't think so, but he does. He even Derek Stingley's of the world he beats.
Yep.
So he's got that part. So theoretically, if he could improve, think about they always got to play you over the top now instead of underneath you. The curl, all that's open now. If he can do it. So we're gonna find that. They obviously think he can at 4 years, 116 million. I'm sure.
That was so much money.
Because I thought he'd get 4 years, 80. Which I still think is a little high for what he does, but I could live with that. When I saw 116, I just was like, wow.
yeah, I had to verify that. That's got to be fake. That can't be.
I thought he'd get 20, but not 30.
Yeah.
So
And again, that Daniel Jones getting his big contract too.
that was odd. They put that transition tag on it where basically you can match a contract if you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around $30 million, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why did you need to give him a new contract? There was a very odd you forced it for no reason. You didn't need to. You can wait. Number one, see if he can do it again. Because he was good last season. And then he got hurt and derailed their season. But I want to see it again, number one. So, and it's like you didn't need to do that. It was very odd. It's like everyone's so worried about the player's psyche, I feel like, of hurting their feelings. Like, I want to show that I'm committed to this guy. No, we know how the league is. What have you done for me lately?
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it was forced, and no one else is going to give him a contract you weren't able to match anyways. So that was very odd. I think that was a misstep.
No, and it's not like a reverse situation where you've got like a rookie from last year, like, okay, tell your fan base, hey, we're going to put you in. You're a 5th, 6th-round guy. We're just going to go run with you. See what you can do. Sort of like the dude that was out in Oakland or Vegas a few years ago, was it O'Connell from Purdue?
Yep.
Like, hey, we're going to put you out there. We know you got some skills. If you don't do well, you'll still be a part of the team.
Right.
But we're going to sign Jones to be like next year. And that's what we're going to sort of like, that's the intention we've got. Instead of, now what do you do? Because Richardson's done, and you can't get a fucking bag of thumbtacks for him.
No.
Nobody fucking wants him. I mean, that's the number 4 pick, which was universally panned. I mean, absolutely. It's like you don't pick this high that often.
Right.
You need to hit this a fucking grand slam, 65-yard Super Bowl winning field goal, whatever it is, golden goal in the Olympic. You need to absolutely fucking hit this, and you went up there.
And you took it. I had the same problem with the Titans with Malik Willis. You took the guy knowing he was a 4-year project.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up on him after 2 years. The Colts take Anthony Richardson, knowing he's not ready yet. You give up on him after a year and a half, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, he has not shown what you would hope he would show, but he did show plays that make you go, "Oh, this is why we drafted you for." Here's an idea: develop somebody. We have a quarterback development problem.
I think what did him in was the locker room lost faith in him and wanted nothing to do with him when he took himself out of the game because he was tired.
That was the.
I think that was enough. I think there was not a leader on that team that could look. Nobody on that team could look at him and be okay. Be like, I'm gonna beat your bitch ass.
Which someone probably should have done.
Yeah.
But it's like, but don't give up on it. Like, stay on him, kill him for it. But it's like you took him knowing this was a project.
And that's where, again, Vikings. I hate advocating for anything them. I would almost offer McCarthy for him at this point. Because you've got somebody who's so polarizing right now in Minnesota. So polarizing. With his stupid little fucking shtick and his locker room, whatever his dumb little persona is or alter ego. It rubs people incredibly. It's grating. Where it's like, dude, you haven't fucking done shit. You haven't done a thing. You miraculously came back against the Bears that first game. And then you were injured or fucking just terrible. All you know is to throw the jugs speed of 105. That's it. You have no touch. I'd rather just say, hey, let's do some sort of pick swap or something. 2 years from now, you trade us a 6, we'll trade you a 6 with these guys. Just to clean slate it and not go into the season with this bullshit hovering over, because that's what it's gonna be. That'll be the thing here. Kyler, JJ. That'll be the thing there. Who's starting? Richardson. I don't even know who they brought in because I don't even know. So nobody. You got Jones and he's out. They're not going to rush him back with that contract.
If they're going to roll with the Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, who actually did play bad at the end of the year. But,
well,
for what it is. But you know what that is.
And that's the thing too. It's like, okay, if they trade for McCarthy, okay, you're still in Big Ten country. You're in the same sort of situation where it isn't like you're going to New York, you're going to Dallas, you're going to a big metroplex. You're going to Indy. It's on par with Minneapolis, probably smaller. But they're going to be dedicated. Like, hey, we want to see you succeed. Just like up here with Richardson, they'd probably be like, we want to change. Again, it's not great, but just give us something else that we can feel good about. And I think that would work. Again, I'm playing GM here, and I've done it once or twice, and I said Kyler would go to Minnesota. That was I said that.
I think that. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see him going anywhere else.
Yeah, it's just like that. That makes too much sense.
No.
O'Connell is again other than McCarthy, but I think that's all on McCarthy has been like quarterback whisperer. Been able to get a lot out of some minimal talent guys, but at some point you gotta do that and move on from McCarthy. They gotta move on from Richardson. Just start a new even if that's like the day 2 trade of the draft to give people something to talk about, just you need to start thinking about that now, because those are 2 options that cannot stay where they're at. Especially when the Vikes moved up to do nothing, to take McCarthy and gave up like what, a 4th or a 6th, just one spot, and Nick's. And again, if Nick's has continued success, no matter what happens with McCarthy, that's going to be, as you know, in every draft where there's a QB class, you're going to be compared to whoever else is around you, especially people you passed up.
Yeah. So that's also why, like, I stress to these teams, don't give up on these players, because Bo Nix was taken with the idea of you are ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any more to give you, really.
Mm-hmm. You know that ceiling.
What you have seen, what you saw rookie year to this year, about the same. And that's good. You can win with it, you know. But Tyler Shuck for the Saints. He's 26. He's the same age as Malik Willis is, right? Yeah. So yeah, he better have been good his rookie year, you know, or we got a problem. So it's yeah.
And that's why I don't like getting enamored with guys that start one season at college. I'm like, it.
Yeah, and history shows outside of Cam Newton, if you don't have 22 plus starts, you don't make it.
No, I want to see. I want to see you battle through adversity. I want to see you in big game situations, or at least high pressure situations. If you're playing at Rutgers, I want to see you 2-minute drive against Illinois. I don't care. I want to see something where it's not just big stats and you're winning 62-42. I want to see something where you've got I hate using the word moxie. Showing a little moxie when the chips are down. What do? I don't want to see success. I want to see adversity sprinkled in there.
Right.
Because that's going to show you the mettle of that guy's character and how he reacts to situations and adversity. But I don't like giving up, like you said, too. If you know the guy's going to take 2 to 3 years, you have to have the Air McNair plan in fucking place. And you have to tell your fan base, dude, we drafted this guy at 4. I know you all want him. No, you don't.
Right.
Not yet.
Yeah, no one has the balls to just be like, no, we're not playing him this year. Sorry.
Joe Piscopo, Saturday Night Live, 1982, not ready for primetime players. That's what it is. You're working towards that, but if you throw them in there, that always stunts the growth or kills the career in that particular location, because you get the fan base so fucking worked up. It's a win now. Your 4th overall pick. We need to win now. We saw this guy 4th last year. They went from 4-13 to 10-7 in the playoffs, and they made it to the title game. It's like, well, that doesn't always fucking translate. It's not apples to apples. But you can't tell a fan base that, because nobody uses critical thinking and logic.
Right.
So.
So the other big thing I found interesting was the Rams stealing the Chiefs secondary.
Oh my God. That's like a Christmas tree in the ornament. Oh, that's a pretty one.
You know, the Rams don't like first-round picks, so it was not a surprise. They are the exact opposite of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
But the fact they paid Trent McDuffie, he's earned it. It's what it is. It's too much, but he's earned it.
I was shocked they right away, because it's like, well, will they resign him? And all of a sudden it's like extension. I'm like, wow, that's a lot to give up now.
So, yeah, the Chiefs lost their 2 corners because the other corner, Watson, also went to the Rams. And then they lost Cook, the safety, to the Bengals. So
Pacheco gone to the Lions.
Right.
Jawan Taylor and his constant false starts, they finally got tired of that.
Yeah. That's a classic example of when he was signed, people were like, well, we got a deal at $20 million. I'm like, no, you signed a B- right tackle that in a year and a half you're going to regret that you signed. And this is what we've talked about with the Raiders and Titans signings. Like, not that they're bad players, but you're going to regret that you paid them $20 million.
If that's a $15 million a year player and they're Picano, you're like, okay, that I can deal with that. You start creeping about 20? No.
So obviously the Rams going for it with Stafford. You got that's borrowed time. So I don't have a problem with it. You're close enough. You got, the last 2 years close enough to where you can justify that. I don't have a big problem with it. And they're great at drafting like in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. I mean, look at that roster. It's all that. So, yeah.
Fifth and sixth round, so.
Yeah, they do a good job with it. So, but yeah, insane amount of money. The Watson 3-year 51 was, I think he was a not that he's bad, but like the Chiefs made him look better than I think what he is. I think they'll regret that one a little bit. But McDuffie, he's Mr. Dependable, can cover the slot as well. So your blitz, everything. So.
Well, that, and again, you're not getting a Jalen Ramsey where, you can sort of quantify, like, I gave up the firsts for him or whatever. But it's like, this is a guy that's shown, and he's not been like the guy that's, like we said with the receivers.
Right, yeah, he's not a pro.
That's the thing where Ramsey is just like, man, why does everybody watch the fucking Deion Sanders, like, 1991 story? It's like, just go out there, play, you break up a pass, get excited with your teammates. You don't need a mean mug and shimmy and shuck and jive. It's like, that's what you've been taught to do, to break up the pass, to intercept, not to celebrate after you do something you're supposed to do. It's like, I bring a pallet out. I'm not fucking doing like the Bernie whatever, the Weekend at Bernie's dance in the middle of the aisle. Like, I brought a pallet out. No, that's expected of you. So I like that trade because, again, you're not trading, like Steve said, for your guys' trade. It's like you're not giving up a top 5 pick. So that's the.
And then the thought process of the Chiefs is it's a corner secondary laden draft.
Huge.
They have drafted very well at that position as well. So that's why they're comfortable. They signed the running back because they're like, Love won't be there at 9. And bam, with my 2 first-rounders now, I can go secondary if I want to.
Yeah, when we do our mock drafts, I've got an interesting spot for Love. Because I just don't think he's getting past that.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't either. Because I think that's why you saw the Saints go for ETN. You saw the Chiefs go for Walker.
And
that's telling you they don't think he was making it to 8 and 9.
The ATN deal.
Yeah, didn't love it.
Oh, when that came across the old ticker, I'm like, you're kidding me, right? I'm like, you.
Again, good player.
Another version of what you have with number 41. You not know that, right? An even more injury-prone version of what you have with 41. Like, I'd rather have Kamara and then sign somebody else, like a Pacheco, and roll with that, and maybe somebody in the draft where, again, you can find, someone, one of the, I'm trying to remember who it is, the Texas backs maybe, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, somewhere in there. I mean, there's going to be somebody where you can plug and play, and Etienne for that much? When you have so many cap concerns, I mean, that you're like the laughing stock of the league, and how you have to always dump like 60 to 80 million every offseason, and you're going to sign this guy? This is your guy?
And the Saints signed that guy with having no other cap space to sign people. So this wasn't like a luxury signing, like a team that had $150 million to spend, because the Saints are doing very much with the Dolphins. They just keep pushing it down the line, pushing down the line. So they're still paying like Derek Carr,
Yeah.
So they have no money, even though they have a rookie quarterback, which is insane. Okay. So
yeah, they can build around, because they've been kicking it down for
And
14
key
years.
free agent that was still productive at like 37, Cam Jordan is out there. I hate to see him play somewhere else. But I also talk about good people. He's good people. And still productive. So very curious to see. He will be like a training camp signing because he has no interest in doing an off-season with anyone. I imagine.
There again, that could be, if I'm him, I'm like, Baltimore?
Right.
Baltimore? Anybody?
Because he's versatile too. He could do edge. He could do like a 3-4 defensive end because he's big enough to do that. He's versatile too.
Cleveland? Play with Myles Garrett? Has a little trouble, eh?
So yeah, he's
Again, Vikings seem to be trading everyone away. Because again, like 2 years ago, all those signings, and they're still good. It's not like they're bad players.
Right.
That's,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like, it's not. I'm not like bashing the players. It's just your value standpoint, which doesn't seem like a big deal when you have $200 million in cap space. But as you get better, as you pay your quarterback, if you did hit, then that's when this matters. You know.
as you know, you're gonna have to pay Justin Jefferson. It's like
Right.
Brian O'Neill. You're gonna have to pay people. I just, it puzzles me because it's like, how do you not know this one, this one, this one, and this one are gonna get paid? And right now we have 10 people coming up in the next 3 years that we really would like to keep because right now they feel like that's our cornerstone, that's our group. Okay, maybe 2 injuries. Jordan Addison doesn't know the brake from the accelerator. It's just and again, somebody just doesn't play well. On McCarthy, it's like, okay, we don't really have to go with him down the road. What? At some point, it's like, okay, we still got to pay Jefferson. We figure he's going to be the guy. Brian O'Neill's a tackle. We can't find them, even though he's always hurt. A couple of those linemen are fairly decent.
And you remember 2 years ago when they signed Allen and Hargrave, we were like, 2 old defensive tackles, and you paid them good money. Again, you'll regret that in 2 years. Sure enough, they're not even on the team anymore.
No. And it's like, yeah, if you win, it's like, okay, that's worth it. But yeah, you're back at square one.
All right.
Well, you should have been drafting around you guys instead of going on a mini winning streak at the end of the year and drafting 18 or 19 once again. We're up at 10 or 11. You can get the corner from LSU. Now at 18, 19, you can still get a corner, but I don't know. That's for a month and change from now. But
yeah, like I said, it is all intertwined because teams do look, okay, I can let this guy go because this draft stacked with X.
Yep.
They do factor that in. So it's been kind of negative so far. So I will say something I loved. A guy who got paid that I absolutely love. I loved him coming out of college. I loved him with the Jaguars. I love him with the Panthers. Devin Lloyd to the Panthers. Because here's the way I look at it. They paid him $15 million a year. You're paying Devin Bush in Chicago $11 million. Okay, Devin Lloyd is twice as good as Devin Bush is. All right, and you're only paying him a few more $1 million. Okay, and the fact that Jags let him walk, that was a reasonable number. I don't get it. I absolutely love it for the Panthers. I mean, that's on my love list. But the Panthers are also on my hate list for one other thing. We'll go back to the negative. Because there's this guy who was, other than Myles Garrett, built in the lab. And I know this guy very well because he was drafted by the Dolphins. And he looks perfect. And I call him the king of almost. Because he's almost always tackling the guy in the backfield. He's almost always sacking the quarterback in a big moment. You know what the problem is? He never actually does any of it. Okay? So, all right, we realize this. He's a $10 million a year rotational player, right? No, he's a $30 million head pass rusher who I don't ever had 10 sacks in a season.
yeah,
Jalen Phillips is who we're talking about.
Jalen Phillips is that was one when that again I came across as the total. I'm like, that can't be right. That is not right.
Because again, if this was 2 or 3 years ago, you'd be like, okay, I can still see because he is the king of almost. We're gonna get this. Now we have 5 years of evidence of he is Mr. Almost. So he's gonna have 7 sacks. He's gonna have a couple tackle for losses. He'll look dominant against a crappy right tackle or whatever. But overall, you'd be like, we paid this guy $30 million.
And again, because if you look at the Oakland signings for Quay, $10 million a year ish, Nakobe Dean, $12 million. So Devin Lloyd is extreme value.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why it's just like he's twice as good as these players. So
and then have Phillips. I mean, all the pass rushers seemingly got paid.
yes. Oh yeah, the other one, the hate list, Boye Mafe, a rotational pass rusher, $20 million a year, and that's 100% what he is. Hey, I can rush the passer 15 times a game. Okay, and he'll probably get 8 to 10 sacks, but he doesn't play the run. He's like you're paying a guy $20 million to be a specialist.
Well, that and you're going to Cincinnati where you're going to be expected to replace Hendrickson. It's like
right, like that's a guy you sign for 10 when Hendrickson's there. You know, it's like, oh, you get single coverage on the third downs. All right. Yeah. But we always see the Super Bowl champ, the players always get overpaid because they're like, oh, we want some winners and look what they did. But yeah, they did that because they had other great players around them, and the Seahawks were paying them a fourth of the price.
Yeah, when you're getting paid $4 or $5 million a year, and then you're part of a big unit, great. Start plucking those guys. I always go back to Larry Brown, Neil O'Donnell. They left Pittsburgh, and Brown left Dallas after a Super Bowl MVP. How were they afterwards?
Right.
Give you a hint. So, again, I get cashing in, especially when it's the Mafe, where it's not, you're not going to be Myles Garrett. You're not going to be a former Julius Peppers. You're not going to be the poster boy. Like I said, if you can get your money, I don't have a problem with it.
Yep.
I have a problem with how stupid the organizations are with just. It's literally.
And he's got value. Like you do need to get after the passer, but again, when I'm paying 20 plus, you can't just do one thing. And if you do one thing, you better be the best in the league at it. You know. Yeah. So yeah.
Or if you have 7 sacks the previous year, you better have damn near double that. I don't care if you got 12, but you better not just be like another Quiddy Pay, 4.5, 7, 5.5. That okay. I can trip into a sack a year if I played football. So I get $8 million a year? Is that my market? I mean, yeah, that.
Yeah, defensive linemen got paid this offseason. Like another one, like the Patriots last year was one of the few teams that, you know, they had their young quarterback and they hit in free agency 90% clip. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was an almost insane clip of how they hit free agency last year. Mm-hmm. But then this year, I think they're trying to go back to the well with the Draymond Jones thing. Perfect example. He was value in Denver. Okay. And then Seattle's like, well, you must be really good. We're going to overpay you. No, we'll trade you to the Titans. Even they were like, if the Titans need help. You saw what they were paying people. Okay. And they were like, again, rotational player. He got $13 million from the Pats. And it's like, okay, you guys did a great job last year, but I think you might have been feeling yourself too much on this one because I think they're going to regret that one.
In Dubes or Dobbs,
it's a little much, but the style of play matches the way they play. You know, they do throw the ball down the field. You know, assuming you continue to play with that aggression, he at least fits what you do.
Yeah, I get
So I
that.
don't, but yeah. So that's why it's not on like the hate list, you know.
I just wish somebody would start plucking in like the Lazards of the league, like a 6'4", 6'5" guy. What happened to those guys? The James Hardys. That if you had something down in the gold zone, the red zone, you could do something. It's all
Yeah,
these.
you saw like the Broncos, like the Pats corners,
Mhm.
they lock you up. So if you have your quick little fast guy, well, he's worthless.
Mhm.
Okay, but if you've got the big body guy who can fight with Christian Gonzalez, can fight with the Seahawks guys, voila. You know, it's like, but because they don't run fast 40s, you know, like Carnell Tate, who's an Ohio State wide receiver, they're freaking out that he ran a 4.5. I'm like, well, he comes down with every ball he freaking touches. Okay, so I don't care that he runs 4.5. And it's like you're not getting this wide open anyways in the NFL. You're gonna be hit as you catch it majority of the time, unless you're like Tyreek Hill, you know. So it's like, yeah, people just don't appreciate having the big receivers anymore. And you see when it comes crunch time and these little guys can't get off press coverage, you're like, oh, I wish I had the big guy that can at least use his body for me, you know. But yeah, that's why we don't see it. They don't look good in short. They don't run fast. They're not. The 3-cone drill isn't fast enough.
The dog and pony show.
Yeah.
I wish that trade would have went through with Crosby in Baltimore, because I would have loved to see Oakland try Mendoza and the 2 receivers from Indiana. Try to draft them, and again, it would have been an overdraft in the first, but
Yeah.
still, I think it's Wilson and Surratt. I think it's one of them. But it's like,
Yeah, Cooper will be the.
Cooper, yes.
Yeah, he'll be the first one because he doesn't.
So it's like I'm like, that's all I was thinking. I'm like, oh god, that'd be.
But the Surratt guy, guaranteed he falls. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's slow.
Cool.
But guess what? Every time the ball was in the air, who came down? Yeah.
I watched 2 or 3 games of them. I'm like, how do you not value film over workout clothes? I'm like, okay, whatever. Somebody's gonna look dumb. That whole fucking front office will get yanked in 2-3 years, and they'll be like, well, go back to this guy who's catching 80 balls for 1,100 yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns. I'd rather have a guy that has an 8 for 80 every game than 4 for 148 Pickens and is going to be a head case. Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Drifters here.
Crypto Grifter. He's got to be doing cartwheels. Harper, 2-run homer to tie it up in the 8th.
Ooh.
Wow.
I could hear it from upstairs.
Holy buckets. He got that one.
So it's always fun to talk about the Cowboys. They actually signed one of my I thought he was going to be under the radar, but one of my favorite free agents that I was hoping the Dolphins would find a way to get, but we don't have any money. Until I realized that 62% of our cap is dead. You know, record. At least we're setting records. Anyways, I'm over it. But Jalen Thompson from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because Buda Baker, obviously, rightfully so, is one that everyone knows. But this guy is versatile, does everything. And I love that signing. I was surprised he got $13 million a year, $12 million a year. I thought he was going to be like $7-8 million player, and I was like, oh. But I guess wasn't the only one that valued him like that. So I actually love that signing for the Cowboys. What do you think of the Rashawn Gary thing? I mean,
I like it better now because I think I saw something he restructured his deal. I don't know what he gave up or what, but anytime you can do that or you can somehow finagle people into doing that, I like it. again, they need to just pretty much revamp that defense, and they've needed to revamp it for years. I'm not happy because it's the Cowboys.
Right.
I know Joey's not happy because it's the Cowboys. But again, at some point you knew somewhere that pendulum was going to have to come back the other way in Green Bay because again, you're going to pay Micah.
Yeah. And Gary is another guy. You look at him getting off the bus, you're like, oh, man. But some games he just doesn't show up. You don't even know he's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And that's where you hope, again, for their sake, you have like a D line that, even if it doesn't have like a Garrett, a former, like the Van Den Esch type rushing end, you can all like mesh your parts together. And like, okay, if we can work on stunts, if we can work on switching, whatever it is, if I drop back as an end, even as a D tackle coverage, backer blitzes, and they're not, if you can work schematically through your talents too, which I just don't think they have. It doesn't seem to matter who, like the D coordinator. I mean, what was it, 4 or 5 years, 6 years ago? Their defense was good. And I'm not going back to like Diggs and his like pick six, like 12, 13 interceptions. You got a lot of luck in there too. But I'm talking like when you had guys rushing constantly for them, and that was setting up their secondary, and that's what they need. They need that secondary not to play such tight coverage. They need that front seven to dictate the outcome of whatever the quarterback is going to be doing passing wise. Because again, if they rely on the secondary to shut down the receivers or the tight ends or the backs of the backfield, that doesn't work too well if you're not getting a rush. And that goes with everybody, but it seems to be really glaring for Dallas because, again, they're always on TV and you're like watching it, wow, 6 guys are rushing and it literally looks like they all fell at the line. Like there's a fucking wall there. Like what's going on? And like the corners bump into each other, a safety like bites on something. It's like, and then you see Jerry all pissed off and the coach is just like, Schottenheimer, I think, or Schottenheimer.
Like, I found it odd because I know they got Quentin Williams from the Jets and he traded for Kenny Clark. But their best defensive lineman before that was Diggy Zua, who they traded for like nothing to the 49ers. 3rd rounder. And I was like, it's not saving you a lot of money.
No.
Kenny Clark's getting older. Why would you just keep them all? Like that was a little odd because I actually liked some of what they were doing. And then I'm like, I didn't really get that one. So I love that for the 49ers.
No, I mean, I like Clark as a rotation, but that's the thing. If you got
right, yeah, like you would have had 3 guys hard to, between, yeah. But that was odd because it wasn't like it was like a huge money saver or something.
So. No, and you didn't like get like a first back where it's like, yeah, that okay, right. Somebody's going to overpay. That makes sense, but no, it just
it was odd. So I don't know if there's something going on that they don't know about. But speaking of 49ers, saddest signing, Mike Evans.
Oh God!
And not because even what he got, but you wanted to see him in his career as a Buck. At least I did. I know it's rare these days, but that made me sad.
So did Matt. Good call 6. I know.
Yeah.
Well, he was rather perturbed, but
yeah, I was sad about that one. But you could kind of see it last year. He seemed annoyed a lot, which typically you didn't see that from him very much.
No.
So maybe it was he did this, ran its course. I was surprised that he got the money he did, though.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous money for.
Yeah. I don't know about that electric substation thing, the jigger. I mean, this hamstring might just, I don't know.
If they had the signing at like the stadium or whatever, I'm shocked it just didn't fucking blow then at the table. But
I'd love to see the science, but if that's a real thing or not. I haven't, I don't care enough to really go look into it.
No.
But yeah, I heard about that. It made me laugh. I'm like, oh. Yeah, that was the one I was like, I'm kind of sad. I didn't like that.
Well, that and you saw like coming up to through that before like that and I don't like that legal tampering period. I don't like any of that shit.
Yeah, just start free agency Monday. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it.
You hear like, well, yeah, he's probably going to re-sign with the Bucks a couple years, like 30 million or whatever, and like, well, that's good because again, that makes sense. 2 years he's got maybe left, and then 3 years, 60 to the Niners. I'm like, really? That's where we're going to spend 60 mil? Or, again, it's not 60 mil straight up, but
Yeah, basically 2 years of it's guaranteed, though. You know.
yeah, I'm just like that. And I get where Ayuk's gone, but at the same time, this isn't going to be like, again, this isn't a 28-year-old receiver, boom, smack in his prime. This is a guy with hamstring injuries like the last 2, 3, 4 years. And we're going to pay him like he's 27. Okay. I don't know if Carmen Policy's still out there and San doing some stuff, but I'm like, oh, it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
you can't cry foul and go, oh, we're so unlucky with injuries when you keep signing people that it's like
People that are
asking for it. Like,
well, then how much do they want for Mac Jones? I'm like, dude, he had like a good handful of games,
right.
but this wasn't like peak Kurt Warner 99 Rams when he came in and
No, he's serviceable, you know.
you go 22 for 37, like 231 yards and a touchdown. You're not worth a first rounder. I mean, the money you're paying him is comparable to something you'd want a first back, but I'd take a third. Be like, okay, somebody offers a second, I'm jumping for joy. So I'm not going to re-sign him.
Right.
You got Purdy on the book, and I know, yeah, he gets hurt, but the musical chairs with all the backup quarterbacks, it's like you're gonna be able to find someone. Minshew goes to the Cardinals. Justin Fields goes to Kansas City. Geno goes. We're back to the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets are interesting because they signed Demario Davis, who's also old but still has it.
And
they Minka Fitzpatrick in a trade.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, you're getting adults in the room with a newer head coach who didn't look like he knew what he was doing. So this will help. But the problem is, you're trying to win right now? Or
that's the issue.
It's like, I don't know what the goal is here because these guys 2 years max left, you know, and it's like, I don't think you're ready to make the playoffs this year. I don't think so. Even if Geno's decent, like, I don't think you're making the playoffs. So they were kind of odd signings because, you know, they aren't cheap. So it's like, it was interesting. Like, I don't hate the players. Like, it's good. The good guys have in the room. They still are productive. But yeah, those are win now moves. So a little odd.
Yeah, because who they get? Osasi, a D tackle. I can't read my chicken scratch. Dane Belton. Again, a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minka 3 years for 40. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Ngabe, a linebacker. Again, you're just. I love Demario Davis because he's a tackling machine.
Yeah.
And they had him before, so I mean, they know.
When he was there before, he was a special teamer, and so he's like a great story. He really is. But,
yeah, he's been hanging around the league for 10, 12 years. So
at least, yeah.
Maybe 11 draft, but you want to, and again, maybe it's just we're going to spend the money on veterans that we think are going to be quote unquote good clubhouse guys and like sort of
Right. So they
rein
can
in the
serve that
bullshit that we've had. But it's like, yeah, do you want to be in like the position of like the Utah Jazz and be like, okay, we got these like, nice young pieces. If we put them out on the court all at the same time, we could do. It won't be tons of damage, but I mean, we'd probably win about 10 more games than we should because they just play well. Or should we? Oh man, ankle rest management. He's got to sit out this game. And oh, this guy's got an illness. And Eugenio Suarez. Double.
I need rest management.
What do you got for Enzo? You talk.
I got nothing. It's been what?
1 week.
No. A
A
month and 15 days of being sick with the ear infection, then bronchitis, then the flu, and then possibly COVID, and then some other Martian disease that freaking took me out. Today is the first day since February 2nd that I could hold my head up and not feel like I'm going to fall the hell over. So, as I said last or 2 weeks ago, it's nice to be back where I could actually function. And I've been buying for Christmas. That's what I've been doing. Haven't bought much for myself. Couple things here and there, some trinkets. But I'm preparing for 10 months from now. So that's what's going on. And C's got soccer, and they're going to start the spring here shortly with a trap team. That's all the people that are of age, but in 8th grade, not 9th grade, and can play soccer for the high school. So it's 15 girls between the 3 teams that are trapped. So they're going to play 10 games. So they play from April something to June 7th.
Okay.
So not too bad. They won if I didn't say it the week I was on here, they won their championship and boarded. So it's a peewee hockey rink, much like Strongsville. And
segregation?
Yes, there is no segregation curtain. So there's 2 rinks on either side. They built a new rink. I think it's called Big Boy Arena. So it's your Big Boy, the restaurant, for those who are familiar. But this is 2 old peewee hockey rinks that they boarded up, and you basically play soccer 6 aside, 5 people and a goalie. So she had the best goals against average and 2 years in a row, and they had the highest goal differential. She had 4 goals and 3 assists as a field player, and I think 6 assists from goalie. So
nice.
And they were undefeated. So they beat everybody. And you played every team once. There were 8 teams in the league. So you played 7, either 8 or 9, and you played 8 games, and you had 1 bye week, which was our second week. So we had the early bye. So that's the world.
And
Got my taxes done, owed money, because I screwed up when I left my job. My buddy's like, claim single and 0 and single, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, then I called him the other day. I'm like, brother, you know why you claim that? Because your wife doesn't work. Mine does. And my dumbass believed you and just did it because I thought they would take the maximum out, which they did for me if I filed single and 0. What I should have did was married, filing jointly, and claimed 0.
Correct.
That's what I did at my old job because it's been like that for 22 years. It's been the same friggin' thing, and I hadn't had to think about it. And like him and I are very similar. We don't want to pay. We will pay our taxes, but I want to pay throughout the year so they don't say, "Hey, guess what? Here's your bill." And when I saw the number, I just many Lemieux dreams died that day. Many, 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 many died. So that was that. But I got a new chair, so I'm happy.
So you're comfortable.
Yeah, I had a chair for 10 years. I got a lazy boy, and this is the X chair. One of the podcast guys said it saved his back, so my dad told me about it, and I got it. Meredith picked it up for me 2 weeks ago. It's refurbished, but this thing is game changing. I'm not sitting like I'm not like this all day or like that all day. It
Right.
makes you have proper posture, and then your neck doesn't hurt all day.
No, when you say trap, that up here that means like shooting.
That
Trap.
is, yeah.
No. When I
That's
hear
what
that,
where I come from. It's the same thing, but
so when
that's
you said
what they call it here.
she's joining a trap team, I'm like, really?
Hmm.
Where did this come from? So
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained it.
So you're trapped between levels. So you can't play high school and you can't play 8th grade. It's like those kids that are trapped because right now it's the girls' season. So much like for Naomi, it's softball season. So Cece said, I'm going to choose soccer instead of softball because they occur for the same time in the state of Michigan for girls. So she had to pick. So, 4 or 5 years ago, she chose soccer, and that's what. And then she can try out for high school next year. Even though she'll still be at the junior high, 9th grade's at that junior high, she would be able to play JV or varsity soccer at the high school. And then we're moving, allegedly.
So what do you guys got in fall time?
Soccer. That's when girls play club soccer. Boys play club soccer in the spring, girls play in the fall. And boys play high school soccer in the fall.
Yeah, our soccer season's fall.
Yep.
And then cross country and volleyball.
Yep.
And then track is now, softball's now, baseball's now.
Yep. But they split girls and boys soccer. In Pennsylvania, when I was growing up, soccer was the first season of the year. You had football and soccer, and then cross country. That was the fall stuff. Here, when I moved here, that's when they said, girls are specific times for soccer. So that's why C had to make the choice. Hello, Stephen.
I've been here. I just had the camera off. I have nothing much to add typically to these conversations. I just enjoy listening.
I was told to speak, so I spoke.
I heard.
I usually have nothing to add to these things as well, since these two are a cornucopia of NFL wisdom as well as college football proficiency.
And
Well,
Michael,
maybe you got a new wide receiver and corner that I like, so that's nice.
Pittsburgh's looking decent. We just got to figure out who's our quarterback.
Well,
I would love for Rodgers one more year. Even though my wife would say no, I want him one more year. And then gradually ease that younger kid in and see what he can do. And he's got the arm for it. So, unlike Kenny had a good arm, but this kid, I think he's
built better.
Potential. Yeah.
Just don't, and again, we'll talk about it in a month or so. you'll learn. Hopefully, you'll learn from Kenny Pickett. Don't take fucking Ty Simpson. Please don't.
No.
Please tell somebody. Start putting out emails. Like, just take anyone but.
Draft linemen. Draft linemen. That's what Steelers need to do. They need to draft the best linemen available in the first round, the second round, and the third round. The
Or guess
fourth
what?
round,
What else do you draft well? Draft a fucking linebacker.
yeah. Then you pick up your linebacker, your token running back, which they do every year. They get one, and then you get a corner and a running back and a linebacker and 4 linemen, 2 offense, 2 defense. Ta-da! If we have that many picks, which I don't even know if we do. So
Yeah. If you draft Ty Simpson, I will call you in that hour
Well,
and say,
time to see if the USA has any magic in them.
"Oh, yeah, they need
A guy who I've never heard of gave up the run in the ninth. I don't know who the fuck Whitlock is.
Boston."
yeah.
Yeah, figures cunt.
He probably went to Eric's card shop too last week and signed.
Yeah, probably.
I got hit up with work stuff I didn't want to deal with. That's why I was gone.
Ugh.
Well, I better talk about the Bears, or a couple people will kill me. So,
Jack.
Bears trading G.J. Moore to the Bills. I think that's a good move for the Bears, to be honest with you. Got a second-round pick back. When you drafted Luther Burden, I called it then. That was DJ Moore's last year in a Bears uniform because they played the exact same way. So, and DJ Moore's contract's pretty hefty for the next 3 years. So.
To get out from under that in a second, even if it's a late second.
And you drafted Loveland, receiving tight end. You have Odunze. They started the year good, but after that foot injury, it just wasn't the same. So hopefully.
No.
They do need to get a veteran wide receiver, though. But those are always out there around training camp time. You can find that. Don't go get like Stephon Diggs, though. You don't want to deal with that with a young quarterback, you know. But defense, they were so slow. So slow. I mean, so they had to revamp it. I know people didn't like that they got rid of Kevin Byard because he gets interceptions. But you also didn't see how many times a guy gets beat deep.
Oh, and that's why Tennessee let him go.
Yeah. So it's like, he has value if the rest of your team could make up for his lack of speed and he could just
roll.
They didn't have it. So the intriguing player from the Seahawks, Kobe Bryant. Yes, we all love that name, but different. I'm intrigued. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Because, again, when you're playing with a roster and defense that's that good, he definitely has more range than what they had before. But, that'll be interesting because, they had to get faster on defense. They get rid of Tremaine Edmonds, who was he was great in zone coverage. That's what he does. They get Devin Bush, who's better against the run. So completely different the way they're changing their defense. But they have to get another pass rusher. I mean, you just watch anytime they play a team, Packers, Lions, they just can't get to the quarterback, man.
No.
It's like Sweat is not a number 1 defensive end. He's a number 2 defense, kind of like when we talk wide receivers. So it's like he needs someone else, at least to his level, for this to work out. So, throwing a shot at Cam Jordan might be worth it to them. See if he wants to play in Chicago. Somebody like that, you're obviously not going to get a big boy at this point. Max Crosby, they don't appear to be willing to give up 2 first-round picks for him, and I don't blame them.
No.
But
they went down that road with a younger Khalil Mack, and it didn't work out.
Right. So, and they're tough to evaluate because they were very much Commander-like from the year before. You won so many games you had no business winning. So how much better are you the next season, or do you fall back to the 7-10 like you should have been? They're tough to evaluate. It's like, what are you going to be, right? So it's like, how hard do you want to go at it? Because theoretically, you're close, right, with a rookie quarterback on the surface. But are you kind of like the Commanders, where we all knew they really weren't as close as they were? That's going to be and I think that's where they're stuck between is like, how aggressive do I get to mortgage the future? Because I don't know that we were as good as our record the year before,
And I think that's one too, where again, if you got these 2 seconds, and again, I'm sure Philly wants more than a second for him. You sit there, and is that one you're comfortable enough with the locker room if you want to get AJ Brown? Because you just need somebody. Like you said, the receiving core and the tight end core, it's solid, but it just Loveland came on, which I'm.
Yeah, he would look fantastic. Yeah. At the start of the year, it looked like, what did they do not taking Tyler Warner?
100%.
And then the second half of the year, you went, well, maybe they got it right.
But again, Warren, it wasn't like he was.
Yeah, he was good too. Oh, yeah, they play differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But watching both of them have success, I'm like, good. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. At first, you were like, oh gosh, they screwed this up.
Like, I remember
that year is great.
Like, I remember a tight end like this. Kyle Brady, was it? Then he came on, which was good, but Oduze, he said like the foot injury, and that just pretty much submarined him.
Yeah, he once that happened, he just was not right the rest of the year.
Yeah. You just wonder again, because again, you can't go with Brown into the year. Just like McCarthy, you can't go in. Richardson, you just don't want all these constant question marks. Not only for like the players, does it get old, but for the management, the fucking coaching. All the time. It's great for local radio. It's great for the podcasting media or whatever. If I'm on the team, I'm like, I just get fucking rid of him. I don't care. Because I don't want to sit there and listen every day. Oh, he had 2 drops in practice. What do you want me to do about it? He threw the ball over the head of the receiver. I can't be out there holding his fucking body in his arm and saying, this is how you throw it. I can't do that.
Right.
I say, we're trying to do the best we can with these guys, and sometimes it just doesn't work. You just miss. It's happened before. You just don't want to sit there and let this keep sliding down the hill. Get it in the middle part of the hill where you can get rid of these guys for something and just be done with it. If AJ Brown catches 140 passes for new team this year, fucking great. He wasn't going to do that with your team. Same with Richardson or McCarthy or whoever else you want to put in this heap. Max Crosby, even throw him in there with the contention out there. Get rid of the fucking perceived problem, even if it isn't as big as you think. If it's just something where, again, it's bubbling. It's like that water. It's simmering a little bit. Don't let it get to a fucking boil and boil over and then have everything just go to shit. Venezuela. There it is.
We're really losing to Venezuela?
You really lost to Venezuela.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm behind. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, mine's behind too.
My apologies.
Oh, that's okay.
It's another fucking Boston Red Sox that ended it.
You really hate the Red Sox. I can't act like I
Who
care.
doesn't?
I do like seeing Luis Ariz too. He's a prototypical hitter. So
Yeah, well.
Is that Salvador Perez?
It
Yeah.
is Salvi.
too, because I like Salvi. I'm a big
Yeah,
Salvi.
he seems like a good guy.
Oh,
He's been
Salvi's
playing
awesome.
forever too.
Salvi's
He's still
the man.
good.
He's solid, yeah.
Yeah. He
That's
still hits home runs.
Okay.
A Cub saved it. I don't know where Machado plays, but yeah, Whitlock's Red Sox. And not Jason Whitlock, the old Kansas City newspaper writer.
God.
So I realized, Ed, in baseball, the offenses always struggle at the start and it heats up in the summer, right? But yeah, how come we couldn't score runs in this tournament? What's up with that? Outside of like when we played the Scrubs team. what was? I just noticed while looking at box scores and stuff, I'm like, why can't we score runs?
Because the American brand of baseball is hit a home run or nothing.
Also, it's kind of like the NBA where it's threes or dunks.
Yep.
Nothing. Okay.
Yep. That's
Not
the way
really
America
often.
plays. That's the way the U.S. plays baseball, and it's why every other country you watch them, they're very much into this. The American team and fans, not so much.
No, when you see the manufacturing, the hit and run, the, like we're trying to go station to station with the goal of scoring, and yeah, you're looking for Raleigh and Judge to fucking hit 500-foot homers. Yeah, it's fun to watch again.
But now here's what I find funny. So it switched to I want to try to hit the home run. But when I look at the home run leaders, they aren't what they were 20 years ago. So it's like it doesn't even make any sense. Shouldn't it be all like guys hitting 50-plus home runs all the time? Again, don't watch it enough to give it.
The thing that you need to do, probably midway through the year to the end, start looking at like the batting leaders. Look at how fucking far that is.
I noticed 220 is like normal now.
Yeah.
It is.
You used to make fun of the guy that hit 220.
Where Adam Dunn would get roasted. He'd get roasted for doing 220 or batting 220 for the Reds or White Sox. But at least Dunn would hit 45 home runs.
Yeah, we used to roast Adam Dunn for that shit.
Yeah.
And
I love
now-
Adam Dunn.
I know people are fucking batting 180, and that's like acceptable.
Yeah. Well, we've had batting leaders hit under 300, batting champions under 300.
Which is wild. You didn't see
Embarrassing.
people at the top 15, top 20 that were under 300.
And then you mentioned Arias. That is the most empty 300 hitter I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he literally has nothing else other than batting average.
I was gonna say that's where it was the old punch and Judy's or whatever that term
Like
was.
Luis Castillo.
Dave
Yeah.
Martinez slapstick.
You can
Just
tell
so
back
you know-
when I watched baseball was about 15 points.
Yeah, it's the same way. It's that's that. Just sort of punch that bat out. Bloops over the third base because it's tailing away from shortstop,
Mm-hmm.
and you get maybe a couple doubles that way because you're hustling or what. But it's like a Nafi Perez where maybe a couple home runs, but you look at I have 188 hits, 140 or 150 are singles.
And he scored 60 runs.
Yeah,
He wouldn't be a guy worth owning in fantasy, in my opinion. He hasn't been for a few years because even that year where even like past the All-Star break, he was hitting like 390 something. But at the end of the year, he hit like 3-0. By the end of the season, it just dropped.
Eugenio Suarez.
That dude might hit 50 home runs this year.
That's one of your three true outcomes.
Yeah.
Now, who does he play for?
Cincinnati again. He was in
Oh,
Seattle.
he's the Red Suarez? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was
He's
in Arizona.
Yeah, you see, I don't. Okay, I know there was a Suarez on the Reds. That could
He's
hit
played for Seattle and Arizona in recent years, but yeah, the Reds.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him. That was one of my
Hyped by the
favorites.
hobby, so I don't know him.
You gotta get amongst it, Brad. Go to Strongsville and get amongst it. Talk
It
about
seems like
the vintage Eugenio Suarez cards.
it feels like he has a 3 home run game every year.
Oh, multiple, but then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's quiet time.
Yeah.
He'll have a streak of like 10 to 12 games with like 15 homers, and you're like, holy fuck, he's gonna hit 100.
Yeah.
And then he'll go like a month with hitting like 2.
Yeah, and he'll hit 458 during those 2 weeks to get his average up to 214.
And then go back down to like 180, and have another run of like a month where it's 20 home runs or 25, because that's what it was last year.
Yeah,
The month he fucking just baked.
tons.
And I'm like, oh, goody, goody, goody. I love this. Him and Naylor going bonkers in Seattle, and then Raleigh too. But then he'll just fall off the map.
I go 95 to 2016. When did the Cubs win the World Series?
Yeah, 2016.
So yeah,
But
95
the
to
best find of the
2016.
day.
I know that. I know that area right there.
And that's why I do like playing fantasy baseball, just because it keeps me somewhat in the loop. Like, I know who's coming up, I know who's struggling and who's not going to be doing shit because they're hurt or whatever. But it's like that always helps, because otherwise it's like, yeah, I'd watch baseball and just like, okay, what's going on? Oh, there's a Valencia. Who's this one? Is this Danny Valencia? He used to play for the Twins.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not him.
That's how I know we're old now, is when I see all these guys' kids.
Oh,
You
And
know,
there's
in
a
football,
bunch.
you see Frank Gore Jr. or Marvin Harrison Jr., and I just go, wow. I saw their whole careers, their dad's whole careers.
don't look at baseball though too. That's like Bobby Witt Jr. You have George Lombard Jr. Where I'm like, holy Christ, I was high on him in like '94.
Yeah.
And now his kid's a huge prospect for fucking the Yankees. I'm like, well, I'm like, oh, am I old? Oh,
Yeah.
I can't remember who it is. I'm blanking right now, but his kid's like 15 years old, throwing 98 miles an hour. I can't remember who it is.
I was gonna say, I'm sure if I saw it, I'd know. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Tubi. Watch that Gonzaga stuff.
I could turn this off now.
So speaking of NCAA tournament, is there really a guy whose nickname is Milk Chamberlain? Did anybody hear that from St. Louis?
Oh,
I guess there's,
Robbie Avila.
yeah, I guess he played at Indiana State when they won a couple years ago. I was like, okay, automatically, that's my team.
He's got the glasses, right, Dave? Yeah.
Because I watched, again, Northern Iowa, so I'm watching Missouri Valley all the time, no matter what it is. And I see this dude that's just like, this guy can't play basketball. This looks like a rec league doofus. The Oakley type glasses,
Yeah.
back knee. I'm like, man, this guy can't be any good. And so they're just balling out at Indiana State. I'm like, man, this fucker's pretty solid.
Yeah, so what's his real name?
Robbie Avila.
Robbie Avila. Okay. I was
And
like,
so
oh, Milk Chamberlain. I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
His coach goes to St. Louis, and again with the portal, I'm like, well, that fucking sucks, because he's out at Indiana State now. I know he's going to follow him. And yeah, like a week later, he's like, I'm transferring there. I'm like, so
I
they've
just
been
did a bracket for work, even though I've watched like 3 minutes of college basketball this year, and I tried to do a little research. And I was like, Milk Chamberlain? What is this? Automatic, at least to the next round. Okay.
And that's the thing. They've been ranked like 24th, 22nd, somewhere in there the whole year. But then they pull a 9 seed. And I'm like, ooh. Okay.
So, Michael, we got
Georgia
Go ahead.
first round, but
Do what?
we have Joseph Contreras, 17 years old, that throws 97 to 98. We have Striker Pence, who's 16 years
It was
old.
Hunter Pence's boy.
Yep, and Charlie Soto
Hunter
was the
Pence has a
third.
boy too. Oh, good.
Yeah, Hunter Pence's kid is got a rocket.
Son of former professional pitcher and nephew of former Major League Baseball All-Star Hunter Pence, Striker has recorded speeds in the 96 to 98 mile per hour range during perfect game events,
Yep.
recently eclipsing 100 miles per hour in a game setting. So he's throwing rockets
Well,
at 16.
Contreras,
Bring up the Lugia ball.
Contreras that you mentioned,
Yep.
he pitched in the WBC. He just pitched last week.
Yeah, and he's
And
committed
was
to
good.
Vanderbilt,
Shocking.
ranked among the top prospects in the state, and was selected to the 2026 World Baseball Classic roster for Brazil.
Yeah, he pitched
And then
well.
Soto, Charlie Soto, a 6'5 pitcher, frequently highlighted in 2024 and 2025 for hitting 98 to 99 miles per hour. So those are the three that our friends at Google AI have gifted us this evening.
Shocking. He's going to go to Vanderbilt, who has no success with pitching.
Yeah, none at all. Nate
Kumar
Nate
Rocker,
posted
Blacklighter, David Price.
Nate posted Aaron Judge is the Austin Matthews of baseball.
He is. God, that was painful to watch that line out to or the ground ball to third before I came down and got on. Because Meredith had it on the TV and it was like, what are you going to do, dude?
Well, you could
And
tell every guy was trying to hit home runs, so they were
Yep.
rolling over on everything.
Yeah. They threw him 2 freaking fastballs down the pipe practically.
Yep.
And he took both of them. I'm like,
And then tried pulling the outside pitch.
yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? If somebody throws you one down the pipe, even if it's a 2-0 count, swing. You're ahead of the count 2-0. They're going to throw a strike. Blast it to kingdom come.
Don't be the hero. Freaking just get on base.
So you're telling me
You had a runner on first with 2 outs. You move the runner and get on yourself. Let the next guy do the thing.
Well, depending on who was on first base, a double could have scored him.
True. That's a true statement there, sir.
I mean, again, depending on who's on first base. I mean, they do have to kind of have some wheels.
Why is Schwarber not fat anymore? What's up with that?
Oh,
Yeah, he's in good
Awful
shape.
skinny right there. Ah, when did
Yeah,
that
he's looked
happen?
like that the last couple of years.
Is he like on Ozempic or something? What's going on? I like the better when he's fat. Like when he was at the Cubs, I'm like, he's fat and hit stingers. I love this guy.
He felt he needed to look just slightly slimmer batting leadoff for Philly.
He didn't want to look like he didn't want to look like Vogelbach.
Don't worry, Dan Vogelbach's still fat.
Okay.
I don't know where Vogel Biscuit is, but he's large wherever he's at.
I'm going to say he's bellied up to a buffet table somewhere.
Correct.
Oh man, I've never been so depressed now because I never, again, I don't watch it, so I'm like, oh, Schwarber's hitting dingers, awesome. I didn't realize he's skinny now. I'm so outraged.
I felt the same way when I saw Joe Thomas a year after
Oh, dude,
retiring.
you wouldn't even know who he was.
Joe Thomas is ripped.
Yep. Oh.
Well, Nate, who was it? Nate Newton, like half the size when he retired from football.
Gilbert Brown is too.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like,
Let's get a current picture of Jerry Ball then. I wanna see that. Where's Norman Hand? He was a big boy from our Chargers too.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy's big.
Wow.
Yeah.
They
He
could
went
have used it in Wisconsin this weekend.
Yeah.
The snowplow.
Uh-huh.
all right. Any other hot topics?
yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours, Dave.
Or anybody in the chat have something they want us to talk about?
Probably the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, right, Michael?
Whew.
Did they do the inductions yet? Did I miss that?
Yeah, we did that.
In one of my comatose states? That's a possibility. Like,
Honestly, I thought it was a good mixture, though. I was really happy.
I did my ballot, I think, the second to the last day, and I was like, holy crap, if I don't vote today, huh?
Which is what you always do.
Yeah, I will always wait the last minute. But this year I was on the struggle bus of Healthy Town, and I just was like, I got to do this. And then I grabbed the spreadsheet and I grabbed 3 people, and then I checked if my other people. And then I'm like, I know I'm missing people, but like the deadline's tomorrow, and if I don't do it now while I have strength and energy, it's not getting done. So I was like, here you go, your much anticipated ballot. There you go. And I got some people on, so I was happy. Steve got in, uh Hitman got in, to name two of them that I can recall off the top of my head.
Big Nose, I got Big Nose in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That
decided not to do speeches because we were thinking, like, number one, it's hard to get 8 people together.
Yeah,
Number
that's
two, it's like most of the people that voted for you are subscribed to you. So I figured once you get the patch in, if you want to say a few words, I figured that was fine. We figured it was
Smart.
kind of redundant.
Very
Like I said,
smart.
it's hard to get.
wise maneuver, Brad.
Yeah.
Now you
Really
can
not. I mean,
now,
I
now
didn't hear
the
any complaints of like, oh, you didn't do that. So that's good. I haven't heard impeachment claims yet, so I guess it went all right.
Well,
no, it went well.
No, I think the only needed change, actually two needed changes.
Okay.
Switch it up to where like we can vote for 10 on the old school ballot.
Agreed.
And still three get in. And drop the new school ballot to only 5. We're always going to have newer channels. Like always.
Yep.
So like we're not changing anything at the fact that still only 3 old school channels would get in. Just allow the opportunity for more channels to be voted for.
Yep.
Just a suggestion.
especially with like the original, which everybody keeps on saying amongst their ballot videos, what the precious Mike said when he started this wonderful journey. It's like you want to get visibility out there. If you only can do 5 for the old school still suffers in the vein of, well, we can vote for 10, and at least you don't feel like, okay, I cut my list way down because it's like, now what? Now I can't vote for Sichteford, can't vote for Everett, can't vote for Joey, can't vote for. It goes on and on. Allen, good call, Stoddy. I mean, there's a whole laundry list. GSN, and again, even if you just like, okay, still get 3 in, that's fine. But
Yeah, keep the numbers the same of who gets in, but again, like the old school ballot is going to shrink. It may increase a few handful here and there because, let's face it, people do get left off unintentionally.
Well, a couple of the guys you mentioned actually don't qualify. Because I watched the one where you mentioned Eduardo and 90s Cowboys. They didn't do bids for 3 years. I already looked at them guys. Yeah, they didn't do bids for 3 years. Like Eduardo was 2.5, and 90s Cowboys was only like a year and a half.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I just thinking.
Yeah, I didn't forget about it. They just didn't qualify.
Well, and again, like I'm not saying that you didn't consider certain people. Like I just started thinking of other people that weren't on the list. Now I didn't go do the research. That's no disrespect, Brad. That's not my job.
Yeah. No, but no, and I even because I added a few people as we went along because people did like, hey, I'd like to vote for this guy, and then I look because like I messed up on was the T-Shawn Shannon because I forgot he was around. I knew who it was. I just forgot he was around back then, and I must have just oversaw it. But yeah, because he got a lot of votes because he started way back then. Then took the little break in between. And I think I only knew him after he came back from his break. So I was like, oh, he doesn't qualify. Oh, wait, he did do stuff. So that was like the main one I missed. But I got that corrected early.
Like that was not my idea about adding or allowing more votes. There was a few people who mentioned it, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like that. And the second suggestion, if you were previously voted in, if you don't vote, you are gone. Like you get kicked the fuck out. Because
2 chances.
And again, I'm trying to be nice here, yes, I know I probably shouldn't be pulling my punches, but if people had the decency to vote you in because they enjoyed what they were watching, take a matter of 2 minutes and submit your fucking ballot. At a bare minimum, you should set the expectation. You should set the precedent. You were voted in. You are supposed to be of some sort of esteem. You should be casting a ballot. If you don't, bye-bye.
Two
Sorry,
strikes.
sorry, Stove. Sorry, Mark. But look at the number of people who are current Hall of Famers that no longer do anything or they don't cast a ballot.
Where was
It's what?
Silver Jerkoff's ballot? Was he too busy in a New Jersey basement or what?
There's
And
just
I love Snoop, Aaron Davis, those back pages. Put on a fucking
short.
Boom.
Yeah, just do a short.
Yep. That's
Done.
what I did. Not even intentionally.
It doesn't fucking take like me in my stupid videos where I got to edit the stupid monstrosity and type out all the verbiage. It takes literally under 5 minutes to write a list, record the list, upload the list. You can fucking put in a frozen TV dinner in the microwave and cook it quicker than it takes to do that.
And you don't have to say anything. Like you said,
There's
write it
tons of
down.
ways to do it.
Write it down and just, hey, here it is.
Even Joe, Dr. Exclusive, just note card, note card, note card, note
If
card.
you quit doing videos, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people who have kind of, I'll say, taken a break. Others literally have disappeared. But again, if people voted you in, take the time and have the common courtesy to cast a ballot.
My
you-
post-it note has more views than any other of my videos. It has 141 a post-it note on a freaking door with some writing on it. Has more effing views than any of my videos, and I do hour-long freaking
I was gonna say
showcases.
you've got your voting videos that's a minute long, and then your showcases that are like an hour and a half. So
Yeah,
you either want to see I want to see a Vinny video, but I don't want to hear him. Okay, that one. I want to listen to Vinny talk. Okay, oh there we go. That's the kind.
But that's the only that's all I'm
Hey.
going to bring up, and this conversation is now dead until
I like
next
to hear. Yeah, you guys know. Well, you guys know. A year ago, I freaking asked
You did.
how
You
we did. That's how we came to this. That's what I tell people. This ain't our hall. It's the community's Hall of Fame. It ain't mine Hall of Fame. Yeah. So,
how did the 2.0 Hall of Fame go?
you notice that went away, didn't it? I haven't heard nothing about it.
Neither have I.
I haven't bothered to go take a peek to see if that actually went anywhere.
No, there's some people that he mentions that do some good work. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but they're all right. Like Northeast Ohio Cards and Comic with it, Neo. He puts some information out there, and he's not bad.
And he collects too. I mean, he does collect.
And the
that's
guy
what I
from
was-
Atlantic City, and the dude that Carlos has on, the dude from Florida, Michael Ham. Ham,
Some of them complain I'm like, I make it very clear that all these people you can vote for.
Yeah. Michael Ham got votes. I was this close to adding him too, because I think his videos are solid. His card show videos, he takes his time. He really it's not like there's a guy in Canada that does the expos, and the videos are like an hour and a half, and it's like, zoom, it's like
you can't see shit.
No, but you get the general gist. And then he's going past, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Joe. So Joe was just chilling there with a dealer. And I was like, wait, let's see if we see anybody else we know. But, you know, the Great Canadian Explorer. There's a guy that does a lot of stuff. So if we're trying to learn about channels, and that Scoots guy, Steve, that voted for you,
Scootliest.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
Scoots Collectibles.
yeah,
Good people
Scoots
too.
Collectibles.
yeah, he's a Yunzer like me. So I started watching his stuff. So he's from Pittsburgh. He's got some good stuff. I went
I
back
did
and
hear
started
from
watching
the
it.
old people that they did pick up, like BD Kane said he picked up quite a few subscribers. So
Yeah, that's the one that stood out to me. Like
Well,
the people
but
voting.
he's consistent though with his videos though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
And that's the
obviously
thing.
knew how this was going to go. The ones that are active most likely
Yeah.
are going to be the ones that get in. I mean, we all know that that's the only way it's not is if enough of you old guys vote for the older retired ones, you know. But I already knew that that's just the way it is. But
Well, and we all kind of knew that
yeah,
going into it. But even like Salt's a good dude. Like
oh yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten in like on the old way of things.
yeah.
But again, that's the challenge with 3 years.
Johansson.
Like so many channels become eligible before they fall off. So no matter what, people continue to come around. That grouping is always going to be significant, which is why it's like you're still going to get a shit ton of votes, but I think it would probably be a lot closer if you changed it. Five votes for the current. Same thing. 5 people can get in. It's just going to be a little bit more of a random assortment of people. I think it would be interesting. Because
think
you're
of
always-
a less useful word than that to discuss this.
Squeepuck. That's another one too that I just don't. One that's always putting out consistent shit.
Well,
Yep.
again, but that's the challenge. Like
I was watching his videos before this tonight.
I saw you had one popped up yesterday, maybe.
yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, Motown Mail.
Yeah, I had the TTM was yesterday, and then the certified stuff was today, or it's been Sunday, Monday, but I think it was just Monday and Tuesday.
Oh yeah, because I haven't seen any. Well, I haven't gotten the notification for certified auto stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
watched the TTM one the other day though.
Yep, I was watching the certified one before this went live.
Well, good to know it's there because like
Mhm.
his are always short enough to where I can always kind of fill those in between gaps here and there.
Yeah, they don't usually run longer than like 7 minutes or so.
Yep. So even though Brad's are about the same way, but I think I've got like 35 videos on my watch later list of Brad's.
Oh, you probably have all the Christmas stuff, don't you? Is that
A
what-
lot of it still, yep.
Guys, you just posted one in the last day or so, didn't you, Brad?
Yeah,
posted one.
the Jason Taylor one.
Yep.
Picked up that Hall of Fame one. Yeah.
I've been real tempted to pick up a couple different guys. I like the new Lambert one, and I like the LT. And then a Favre from 24 came out in honors, and it's got the label on it that says originals. And Favre actually signed it in the open spot.
Yeah, that's the key. Is it's like
It's the only one that we've ever seen where he signed it properly. And it was listed for 320 or best offer. I didn't
because
know
that
how-
one he signs over the Hall of Fame logo, right? Not
either
his
over the
body,
Hall
but-
of Fame logo or over himself.
Yep.
Yeah, because obviously, like the Marino one, I would want the original.
Yeah.
but I just can't do it. I ain't spending $300 on it. I'm just not doing it.
No,
It
because
bothers me too much.
he signed right across his body
Yeah.
with that big, huge open silver spot at the
I'm
bottom.
just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, I started seeing some of that. I don't know who that is. It does always suck though when we lose a fellow YouTube community member. Um, but yeah, I saw a few mentions. I saw a few posts. I saw a few videos talking about him. So, and that's the other thing. The community is getting so big; it's hard to know who everybody is.
Facts.
Not that that's. I'm not trying to say that's an issue, a challenge, a problem, or whatever, but it does make things a little bit more difficult to get to know more people, unlike it was back in the day, because all of us bounced around in the same sort of areas. So at some point, everybody ended up knowing everybody.
I'm old and can't trying to have conversations with the younger collectors and the younger people. It's very difficult to communicate with them because you will get a message from them, you will respond immediately, and then not hear from them for 3 days. It is so bad, and it's all those younger kids in the 20 to 28 years old that just are dog shit at communicating.
Yeah, instant gratification, but yet they don't follow through on the remainder of the fulfillment aspect of it. Yep.
That's why I like when my kid, she communicates.
Yeah.
I think sports helps that when you got to scream as a keeper all the time. And she calls her friends on the phone.
Nice.
Like actually calls people, and she takes public speaking in school, and she's in theater and choir. So she's got to go up in front of a bunch of people. And once you get that out, man, you could do anything you want to do. Once you could do public speaking in front of a whole group of people, and it's no different, even if you have to do it on like Zoom or Teams or whatever it is. I've been there with 150 people, and my big fat mouth is just rip a dip a dip, and it's like it's nothing anymore. And even like YouTube videos, you said my first ones were going to be dog shit, and they were. And then now I just get on there, hit the button, and say, "Soapbox extend," and we roll. And I talk for a friggin' hour, and I don't shut up. But I show some kick-ass cards.
It becomes easier. You get more comfortable. That's just the way things go.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, like 3 of these people on here, I used to talk to on the phone all the time. The only problem is it usually turned out to be 4 hours, and it's hard to carve out 4 hours these days.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, I know if I'm talking to Joey, it's going well beyond 2 hours.
Well, and that's the thing. Like with Vinny, I know it's at least 3.5 hours. At least.
And we don't just talk about cards.
Correct. If I'm talking to Michael or Dave, it's always going to be 4 hours or longer.
Yes.
And you don't and by the time you kind of look at stuff, like you're just kind of going around, you're pacing, you're doing a few things here and there, but you're still, and then by the time you look at, holy shit, we've been on the phone for 4.5 hours.
Dave called me from Walmart, and we talked for 40 minutes one time while he was in Walmart looking at shit. I mean, what the hell? It's when you get good company, you just talk. Yep. And then he said he had to pick something up other than cards. Then we started talking about, I think, pots and pans or some shit. Like, is that a good one? I said, yeah, I got these. I got them on Amazon. You should look at those. Those are quality. It's like there's so much more to this hobby than, I mean, like we always say, the cards get you there, but when you're sitting there, the last thing you want to talk about is ball cards all the time. I mean, shit, we talk about everything under the sun on this show.
Scott, that would put you to sleep. I would not. I would not advise operating heavy machinery, driving. If you have insomnia, it may be okay, but other than that, yeah, no.
Or it'll just
And
be another.
it's usually Vinny doing most of the talking. I just kind of interject here and there on occasion. It's really hard to get in words with him when we're on the phone because lately, more so lately, because we don't have a chance to catch up as often as what we used to.
Yeah.
So he has a lot more to talk about than what I do. And again, it's really difficult to get a word in edgewise. I know you probably don't believe that because, like, here, yeah. I love you, brother, and you know that.
I know. It's when I get a chance. I lived in by myself for 3 years, and I went like 2 or 3 days, and I didn't utter a word to anybody. I started talking to myself, and I started answering myself. So once you have lived by yourself, and you just go to class, and you go to work, and you say hi, and hey, what do you need done today? You just kind of go. And then if nobody talks to you, you really don't talk back. And then one day the switch just flips the other way and you never shut the hell up. That's me.
And then you got Dave, who swears up and down he hates talking, but yet he doesn't always know when to shut up either. Love you
Yeah,
too,
but
man.
the topics are always good. You
Oh,
can say
100%. 100%.
even when we meet, like if we do some offline thing with like 5 or 6 of us, I mean, we've talked for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we're just about everything from records to the traffic patterns in Brampton, Ontario. It's just like,
Local
how's your crane running, Paul? And then we get a story about horses and some guy named Pittsburgh Phil from horse racing in the early 1900s. I mean, I'd love that shit. Like Paul's up late, he's in Alberta. There'd be nights that I can't sleep, and I start talking to Paul. Then 2 hours later, I fall asleep. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I wake up and there's 4 or 5 texts that I missed. I mean, that's the best thing about the Hall of Fame is meeting people. That's how I found a lot of channels and how I became friends. Like Brad, I wouldn't known Brad if I didn't see it on these votes and stuff. And then I met Dave, and I mean, a lot of the original people I watched are way different. My viewing patterns are way different now than they were when I first started here. What, 2017, roughly?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah. I stopped hate watching, so that took that freed up a lot of time.
Well, I'll sum up the hobby this week because this will all surprise you. Fanatics gives you less. You got to pay more for less. And
No.
Breaking's gambling. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that was
Oh.
a big, huh?
Wow, mind blown. I am so fucking glad I was sitting
So we've
down for
recapped that for everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad.
And then
We'll make sure
C,
we'll make sure we have you on next week to give us another update of shit that everybody else should have already known and figured out.
Rain is wet.
yeah,
Right.
C upped their prices for not the flat rate, but the shipping and handling that goes into the prices. I think it went from 25 cents to 50 cents, and then if
Yep,
it's
double.
top load, it's like 50 cents to $1. Because Yannick posted something on Instagram,
saw
and he
that.
was
You're right. That was
pissed.
the other big thing.
Yeah, I
Yannick was
saw that.
Well,
pissed.
I didn't realize how bad the shipping times with Comsey had what's gone
So-
there. Somebody made a post today. They requested their shipment December 3rd, and it shipped. They got the notification of shipping like this week.
So
That's common though.
Yeah,
That's
But
that's what I mean.
That's been the norm.
That is insane.
I
That's
will
been the
give a
norm for
real
years. For years.
real world example. So right now, I checked it before I got on. So in my ComC inventory, gotta say it's kind of low. So inventory is 634. So I said, what would cost for a flat rate? So it's $45 to get all that here July 9th.
Huh.
So what
Jesus.
that's telling me is
4
I
months.
need to do my shit in the next 2 months so I can get them in September before Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
$679 if I wanted it expressed. I'm like, what the fudge nuts? I'm
Why
like,
couldn't-
I love you guys, and it might be Christmas in January if that shit goes down because I ain't paying that.
That's
I
worse
still
than
have to ship
tariffs.
stuffs to Canada, and I found Joe's cards this week.
That's
Seeing that's another
that's
story.
criminal.
Yeah,
That pricing, that's criminal because nothing costs that much to ship in the States. Nothing.
it's the handling charge. It's 50
I
cents a
don't
card.
give
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Why
I
couldn't
don't-
you say, "Hey, I want these. Have them at a fucking desk. Let me pay. Have some secretary or whatever there. I'll fucking drive my ass out to wherever, Seattle, or
yes,
I'll
Washington.
drive my ass out there and drive back for less than
Yeah.
$600.
Jump on Spirit
Mhm.
Airlines for $200.
I was gonna say you can get a round trip ticket there and back for cheaper than $700.
It's like, Jesus, why?
Yep.
Why would? Nah. But again, it's
That's
like the gratification with a lot of people need their cards right now. It's like, well,
Yeah.
why?
That's
I need
fucking
to make my
criminal.
money. Why?
Criminal.
Money.
That's what
And
made when I looked at that, I said I gotta get hustling in the next 2 months and get the rest of my basy stuff done and get that thing ordered in May for September at this rate. And last time, the last 2 times they went to ship to me, it was almost 2 months, and I still received both of them 3 weeks late. And they gave me a $5 credit that lasts like 30 days, and I'm like,
Huh.
well, thanks, but I'm not sending 50 cards here and 10 cards there. No, no, send me in the big ass box like you do, and my mailman comes up there and I got to sign for it. That's what I want. And my wife to yell at me. That's what I want. If that doesn't occur in that order, what's the purpose?
the world is not right in the world of Vinny.
No.
It takes 59 hours to pull 250 cards.
Yeah.
There's some job openings at Zups, like, and they're probably as productive as they are there.
Right. All right, Dave, wrap us up.
Brad, thank you for coming on. Always enjoy this. We'll have you on and on whenever the draft is. I got 2 or 3 more, but
Ooh.
Dave, already preparing.
well, I always like to just see what. Again, I've watched a little more college football this year than I have in years past, so not more of the, what do you call it, the bowl games, but like regular season stuff. I watch games, so have a little inkling of some players doing well in the draft and where I think they should be selected, and I guess where it actually happens, we'll find out whenever the draft is and wherever it's at this year. It's not in Green Bay. Was great
Pittsburgh.
last year.
It's Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh. They have one of the sites I follow for the city. It had a countdown clock. So all the guys are going to be putting their chairs out. That's like a Pittsburgh thing. You reserve your spot with a lawn chair.
That's we do that up here for the 4th of July parade.
Yep. Same thing back there. Then that's why my wife calls me Podung Slow, because we do odd things like that. Sorry, not city folk.
Still, makes sense because again, if you got a limited amount of seating, you got to do that. But thank you for coming on. Take a look at his video 2 videos ago. The Packers break. Of course, what a shock! Stunning turn of events. Wow.
I was like, oh, I kind of missed
St. Patrick's
it.
Day came early again. Wow. So
Cool part is the main card went to Scotty Tradition. He made a video today.
I saw he had a video
Yes,
today. And it was
I
like,
saw
right
that.
there. Oh, that's where
Yep.
that one went. Okay.
Well, I guess Michael and I could have told you because we knew that last week because Brad told us.
Oh yeah, because it surprised me when he was
Yeah.
like, I kind of like that. And he was asking questions about it, and I'm like, you realize if you want this, I'll give you the friend price, bro. Like, you know. And then when I gave it to him, he had to say it.
The Emerald 1/5 jersey number is on eBay on bids right now.
Don't even want to know, Michael.
Just under 2 days left. It's sitting at 4. But the horizontal 101 of Parsons with all the NFL shield with all the gems in it.
Oh, I didn't know he had one of those. Okay.
Yeah, he's got one of those. It hit eBay, but it got pulled. It didn't sell, but it was listed at 4,700. But who knows what it went for? I do know in 04 Fabric of the Game Reggie White auto ended on bids at 1,753,
Not much.
and that is an ugly ass year. I really don't like that year.
And again, that's for me. That's not a lot. I know it's pretty much 3 times what stuff was going for pre-COVID, but still, I'm like, he doesn't have the Lombardi checks that are gonna all of a sudden make it into a product, or Crazy Legs Hirsch or Bobby Dorr, like,
Right.
or Bob Feller, the Never Ending Supply, or 40 Howe. I mean, it's a fairly limited amount for Reggie. I can think of the autographics, and I can think of some of those LCMs, and that's about the extent of it.
He's got quite a few in classics. He's got Donruss signature
Okay.
or playoff. Was it playoff signatures?
Oh, what the 4 or the 6-way cards? I'm trying to think.
No. They're vertical cards with a lot of nice foiling on them, but they're weirdly numbered, like out of 68 or stuff like that.
Who are you talking about?
Reggie
White autograph
Yeah.
said it was a playoff. Was playoff signature not a product?
So Prime Signatures.
Would have been playoff prime signatures.
Yeah, but like 02.
It would have been playoff,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so prime signatures. That Reggie has autographs now.
Silver sticker.
Yeah, and he's got contenders legendary signatures. I would say he probably has about 1,000 or so certified autos.
And they ain't cheap.
No, they're all expensive.
Yep.
I used to have a Donruss Classic that I think I paid like $400 for it, and now they're over $1,000 a piece. Yeah, because like Dave said, they're not making more of those.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not unless somehow they stumble across stickers.
Oh.
I doubt that.
If they do, it'll be the running back Reggie White that they messed up.
The Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Or like Clay and his dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, Panini really screwed the pooch on that.
Oh yeah. They did
Yeah.
that on multiple products too.
Yeah,
It wasn't just like one product you messed up. I saw it
no,
on multiples. Yeah.
they messed it up in Immaculate. They messed it up in I think Phoenix. There was a few of them because none of the new autographs that came out were young Clay Matthews. It was all his dad's signatures.
Right.
And I thought I got you one by accident. What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
Wrap us up.
back to wrapping us up.
So, until next week, Michael. Again, I don't know why it's going wonky with the. Yeah, not usually this bad. Vinny, Steve, Brad, I'm Dave. It's been the IRP. Remember, collecting cards is a wonderful hobby. It's the Spotify links that you share that really matter. Good night, everyone.
Good night.